These 5 kids have more gadgets, toys and clothes than they could ever wish for. But do they know where their stuff comes from? Or how it's made, and what life is like for the workers who produce it? We've brought 5 kids to the other side of the world to find out. Can they swap places with the workers of Asia?
I can't touch bugs.
Sleep in their homes?
I think it's kind of disgusting, a little hole in the ground, and they don't even have any toilet roll.
Report to real bosses?
I don't want you guys to ask questions when you're working.
Sorry, Dora.
This is not a game. This is a real work.
And when they see firsthand what genuine hardship is?
Still humans, and they've got to eat this.
Will they think again about how easy they have it at home?
It just makes me think, but Neil, you got it so good and you just wasted it.
Today, can the UK kids hack it in the heat of a Filipino jewellery factory?
Oh, I keep getting knots in the wrong places.
Impress their strictest boss yet?
You've been here for almost an hour and I don't think you've done anything really.
And what happens when they live the life of a rural worker in Asia?
I'm scared.
Last time in Indonesia, they were shocked by the poverty. How does it smell?
Pim.
Oh, it smells gross.
And they worked in a high-pressure clothing factory.
50% performance is very bad. You might get downgraded or you might get sacked.
The boys were demoted.
You're going to get a night shift in the sock factory.
No rest for the wicked.
And the girls triumphed with a wage packet of their own.
This is what you would have earned over the past 2 days.
Can I buy some socks?
Today, the 5 British kids travel even further away from families and friends. They are 7,000 long miles away on one of the 7,000 islands in the Philippines.
So our group are almost halfway through their incredible trip and we've changed country to the Filipino island of Cebu.
But the travelling is taking its toll and the heat is proving too much for some.
I'm really not looking forward to another factory today.
I don't mind doing all the work and stuff, it's just the heat. I can't stand it.
It's much hotter in the Philippines as well, so
Yeah,
it's going to be awful.
Through these gates, they're going to be finding out how hard it is to make the jewellery that we all wear.
The international jewellery business in Cebu is worth millions. Factories here supply necklaces, bracelets and earrings for high streets across the world. Their new boss today is Doro Baradino, a design consultant who works with a number of jewellery factories on the island.
Welcome to Cebu, guys. Cebu is very famous for jewelry making. We sell globally, actually, and some of them goes to UK. We'd like you to be part of the process of the jewelry making. And I'd like to show you to the factory, please. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thousands of pieces of jewellery come out of this tiny factory every year. And every day, the huge number of parts that make up each individual necklace are counted out and put into bags.
Okay, guys, this is the workroom. We have about thousands of orders of this necklace.
Doro wants to see what the UK kids are made of, so first off, they are given a really straightforward task. He wants them to count out the correct number of beads and measure out the right lengths of string for 20 necklaces.
This is no joke. I want you to be very precise with counting. You take your place. Feel free.
Can I ask a question? Why is little children?
Because the parents need to take care of them.
All right.
Okay.
It's a stark choice some have to make. If they can't bring their kids in, they can't work.
Remember, guys, 20 necklaces, okay?
Are we meant to do 20 of these?
But it's not looking like much of what Doro has said has sunk in.
You need to count the components. I want you to count the components.
This.
Do your mathematics.
Okay, I'm all for that.
Okay.
And while the girls fail to get to grips with the measuring,
So this is
1 meter, yes.
so I need to do that 120
Yes, but
times.
make sure that when you count, that it does not intertwine.
the boys don't seem to realise that every component costs money.
I can't use that.
I know. I'm sorry.
You have to redo everything. You know, you're really wasting the cord. Can you go back to your seat, please? What will I do with this now?
I'm sorry.
How many meters are this?
120.
Yeah, but it's 120 of waste.
Doro, kids have been here for a little while now. Tell me about Emma.
When I saw her from the entrance, she looked grumpy. She doesn't have that
Her heart's not in it.
Yes, and then I saw her a while ago, like, you know, she showed her palm to a friend. So I don't think she likes the idea of the hands getting dirty. She's grumpy and she's very slow.
How are you finding Jonas?
Jonas is very talkative and cheeky. I think he has to be disciplined. I think he's wasting material, wasting time.
It's not long before Doro starts to lose patience with both the boys.
You can just take it out, like that.
Okay, sorry, I thought it was meant to be cut and should I clean these up?
You know, you're gonna waste your time if you're gonna clean that up. I don't think you're serious with what you're doing. You're always talking, you're chit-chatting.
Okay.
Just do your job, please.
Sorry, Doro.
You've been here for almost an hour and I don't think you've done anything really.
It's quite fiddly, this. The heat is very, very hot in here. Doro certainly means business. He's very disciplined. At the beginning, they didn't really know what they were meant to be doing, but they were almost too scared to ask Doro because he'd just laid the laws down so brutally. This is serious. This is how it is. With the temperature rising in the factory, the kids are flagging. So Doro decides to jolt them out of it. He's giving them a time test to count out the components for just 3 necklaces in 5 minutes. Whoever doesn't convince Doro that they are taking the work seriously will not be allowed back in the factory. And he has some tough jobs in mind for anyone who he demotes.
Excuse me, I want speed. I want you to do it in less than 5 minutes. When I say start, you start, okay? Okay, ready? Now.
Are you hopeful?
I don't know.
Will they deliver?
I don't get it.
Three more minutes, guys.
I think I'm winning.
Come on, guys, last few seconds.
Okay, time's up. Time is up.
A real worker here can assemble the components for 3 necklaces in just 5 minutes. Can any of the kids match this target?
Every time we enter these premises here, we mean business, we mean work. I mean, the task I gave you was very simple. It was just basically measuring, counting. It's no-brainer, really. It doesn't need you to be PhDs to be able to do the task. It's basic counting, mathematics, and organization.
Doro, thank you. Thank you for
You're
letting us have
welcome.
a go at the task.
Of the 5 of you, I've seen that only 2 passed the test.
Emma and Millie.
Yes, Emma and Millie have passed the test, really. But the 3 of you, I'm so sorry that you failed, and I can't accept your work because it's not complete. I can only give this to... Okay.
Emma, can you hear what Doro's saying?
Yeah.
And Doro, is there any hope for the 3 that have been demoted today?
I'm not sure about the 2 boys. Maybe, yes.
So there's hope for Nia still?
There's hope for Neil, although she needs to speed up. You're very slow.
So as today stands, 2 accepted, 3 demoted today.
3 demoted today. I can't consider them for another test, and then maybe I'll reconsider.
The boys can't even be
Yes.
reconsidered?
No. They're not very serious with what they're doing.
Okay.
Not at all. I'm sorry. I'm afraid if I'll ask them to join the task tomorrow, they might just be wasting their time, wasting my time, wasting the components.
Right. So, boys, you've done so badly today that Doro's not even prepared to have you back.
But we really, really tried, and I know trying's not enough.
It's not good enough, Jonas.
See the girls tomorrow?
Yes.
But not the boys?
Yeah, please.
Girls, have you thanked Doro for giving you another chance?
Thank you.
It's been very nice to be here.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, gang, ready? Yeah. Thank you, Doro. Thank you, Doro. Thank you
welcome.
so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, Doro.
You're welcome. Bye.
There's been a power cut in the rest of the factory. As the UK kids go to collect their things from the office, it's no one's finest hour.
But Jonas, I find it tricky because I know you can do better than put 8 pieces of string in a bag. Like, you're such a bright guy, and
How do you know that? We've lost every task.
Because, Jonas, you're clever, you're a brain box.
Didn't
So you
try
can't
it.
say you tried your best, can you?
Fair enough.
I don't think you're trying as hard as you could.
I tried so hard, all I was doing was working. And then he was like, yeah, your attitude's not good enough. I was like, what's wrong with my attitude?
You know, when he was talking to you and you were just slumped over like that, no one else was slumped down. I think maybe that's why he thought your attitude needed to improve. For me, looking at you all, you don't look like you care. You don't look like you're listening to what he's saying.
You're just like cutting string and then trying to count, and then the guy comes over and talks to you, and then you lose count, and it's just really, you get really fed up.
I take on board what you're saying, Nia, That's the reality of it. That's how Filipino people have to work. I want you to get to England and have the because you didn't give it your all and you've missed an amazing opportunity.
Okay.
I want you to all get a lot out of this, and at the minute, I feel disheartened because I feel like you don't really want to be here.
This place is hot. It's annoying. I don't like it. It's the worst one.
The counting out work that's done in the jewellery factory is only one stage of the process. After the beads are bagged up, they are sent to outlying villages where they are turned into necklaces and bracelets. Now Doro has arranged for the kids to stay in a village where a lot of the people earn their living by making jewellery. This is where the boys will learn what their demotion really means.
What do you call that? Because you don't call it a house, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it's a home.
But it's okay, I'm just going to have to hold it.
But it is a home.
Hey guys, have to get your bags.
So I'd like to introduce you to Jerome and Gingging. They will be the host for tonight.
About 50 people live and work in this village compound, and they are part of the same extended family. Many of them are in the jewellery business. Excited?
Yeah.
Up for it?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a village like this before?
No.
Never been somewhere like this. I'm not too sure what to expect, but...
Nia? Do you think you'll be able to use the toilet?
No.
Nathaniel?
I can't wait, actually. This would be the highlight of my day.
Living conditions are not what the UK kids are used to at home. There are no baths or showers and no running water.
It's my kitchen. This is the place where we cook.
Can I go inside?
Sorry.
Who's this?
Is that chicken or a dog? Why is the dog clucking? A dog shouldn't bark.
It's got a paw, yeah.
The kitchen's very different to one we'd have back home. Can we see some more of the house?
On to the sleeping quarters.
This house is owned by sisters.
Is this a house or a shop?
House.
Jerome's saying that all the girls are sleeping here with Jerome's sister tonight.
Yay!
The boys over there.
Ah, boys, you're sleeping through there.
Boys.
Is your room for the night, Jonas?
Can't say I'm too excited. It looks like there's a bit of open space for insects to come in.
Or anything else for that matter?
Anything else? Flying chickens.
Oh, flying chickens. Millie and Emma go off to road test the loo. This one is shared by 3 families.
Some toilet paper. Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Is there any bugs in there?
Oh, there's a spider.
Really? How'd you flush?
Here's the fill of water. Oh, thank you. How do I get rid of the spider? Oh, you touched it.
No, my.
I'm scared.
Emma, how does this differ from your ensuite in your bedroom?
It's a lot different. It's a normal flush toilet with a sink, and it's pink.
There are absolutely no mod cons here, and the boys' first emotion task is to help make dinner without setting the place alight.
It looks like at any point we may very well just burn down.
Meanwhile, the girls are finding out what life is like for some of the younger members of the village.
I like your bracelet. Oh, it's nice. Did you make it?
No, I just buy it.
Buy
it. You like it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You have this.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So, Chris, you've been able to talk with the girls?
Yeah.
Did you tell the girls that you make jewellery? Is that right?
No, I'm ashamed.
Why? Of what?
No. I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed.
Embarrassed of what, Chris?
We're not the same.
Huh?
We're not the same.
We're not the same?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think these girls wish they could make jewellery.
We had to go at it today, but I wasn't very good.
Yeah, we just had to cut loads of stuff, and I would just like
Measure the string, put the beads on.
How come you have to make jewellery in the day?
To pay for my education and to help with my mother.
Oh, it's really sweet. Girls, can you imagine ever having to make jewellery every day, like Chris, to just buy bare necessities?
It'd be really hard. I don't know how you do it. So obviously has to work so hard to get like a tiny bit of money to buy her own clothes or her own food. But for me, like, I think it's a task. Like, all I have to do is like unload the dishwasher.
I couldn't even imagine me actually working because, to be honest, I'm quite a lazy person. She's really amazing.
It's weird that I have everything on a plate in some ways and she has to work for her money. We're so, like, similar. I'm just like, why is she here and I'm there?
I'm going to try not to be as rude to my parents because they do so much for me.
Sometimes people in England, they don't have to work because their mother and father were so rich.
Yeah.
Listening to Chris has actually really made me think more about like what I get from my mum as well, and I'm really privileged. I really respect her and really rate her for that. She's amazing.
13-year-old Nia comes from a close-knit family in South London. She lives with 6-year-old twins Raven and Jada and her mum Rosemary.
She thinks, oh, I want something, I'm going to get it. She knows somewhere along the line she'll receive it.
I do get what I want, but not as soon as I want it.
Nia's mum tries to put her children before herself so that her daughters can have most of the things they want.
You know, I can't go out and get a new plasma telly when they need new shoes for school or things like that.
I'm not really sure how much my mum spends on clothes and gadgets, but I think it could be like around £100 a month.
I'd like Nia to change and not be so lazy, but I'd just like her to do more.
She knows Nia has much to gain from her time on the other side of the world.
I feel that if she goes and works where people do so well with so little and how they appreciate their families, it will make her not take so much for granted.
We're all friends. Come on, Chris. There we go, we're all friends.
The UK kids have found common grounds with the people in the jewellery village. The people here make their own entertainment, and the kids are happy to join in.
You're in the middle.
Dinner's ready.
But seeing how the families look out for each other has prompted Jonas to call his dad.
I don't know it stopped. So how did you find working in the factories?
Me and Nathaniel have been demoted every single task.
You know, this is the real lives of these people. They do it every single day. How do you feel about the fact that you've been demoted?
I think I've tried reasonably hard with the tasks. I just seem to...
Yeah, but reasonably hard is not good enough, is it? If the workers tried reasonably hard, they wouldn't really make much success of it, would they? I want you to put your heart and soul into it, OK? Because what you're doing makes a difference to these people's lives. You're going to come back to luxury in a couple of weeks. They carry on forevermore doing this, OK?
OK, love you, bye. At the moment, I don't think very much. If anything, I've given my absolute all. My dad's just a bit concerned that I'm going to come home and think, well, what have I done? I've just ruined the experience of a lifetime. Seeing, like, this village and knowing just how happy people are without, like, material items is kind of showing me a little glimpse of if I was to participate fully and give my best to everything that I was doing in the next factories we go to, then maybe changing would be something that wouldn't just fade away within time.
It's early morning on day 2, and most of the group haven't woken up yet, including me. But the boys are continuing with their demotion. They've been asked to wash the clothes for the rest of the group. But it's not as simple as turning on a tap. They've walked a mile there and back to the well. And the chat with his dad has given Jonas a new sense of purpose.
And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, now how I feel. River running free, and I'm feeling good.
I think we'll have the softest hands in the world after this.
The jewellery that sustains the villagers is all made by hand, and when a delivery of beads comes in, they all gather together to complete the job. Chris and her friend Jinky have invited the UK kids to help out with a batch of necklaces and bracelets, all being made for export.
This looks so complicated.
I can't even get this bead on.
If you were to make 100 of these bracelets, how much would you get paid?
It just costs 1 peso. Yeah,
So about 2p for every bracelet that you make. Wow.
All the kids here go to school, but outside of school they help their families by making jewellery. That's how they get a bit of extra cash.
Something that's become clear, I think, to our 5 finally is how much their parents do for them at home. Chris, Jinky and girls like them in the village make jewellery in the day so that they can pay for themselves to go to school in the evening.
For a week's work, how much peso would you get?
1 plus 100 plus.
100 plus peso?
Yeah.
So, like £1.50, I think.
With my paper round, I'd get £15 a week, whereas these would only get like £1.50 for a much harder job.
£1.50, that's like a bag of sweets for me.
I don't even work or anything, I just get what I want, really. And then they have to work to get what they want.
I don't think that's something that our 5 have ever even thought about. You know, they don't buy their own clothes, they don't buy their own food, they don't pay for their own schooling. Jinky and Chris do. They're very similar in age, so it's such a huge difference.
I think it's really weird how my bracelets or some of my jewellery could have been made by some of these people right here.
Some of them are finally starting to think, wow, we've got it really easy in comparison to Chris and Jinky.
It's time for the kids to go back to work themselves, and Doro has asked to meet them at a jewellery factory in Cebu City. Millie, Emma and Nia all avoided demotion yesterday. But there's a surprise in store for the boys.
Okay guys, this is the production room. This is where I'm going to give you your task for this afternoon. And I'd like you to take your seats there. There are like 2 seats there, another seat here. In spite of the 2 boys failing for not following a very simple instruction, I've noticed that you tried your best and you've changed your attitude. So I'm going to allow the 5 of you to carry on with the next task for the whole experience in itself. Would you be happy with that?
I'd be really happy with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Doro has decided to up the ante in his final task for the kids.
Okay, guys, the last task I'm asking you to do is a creativity task. Excited?
Yes.
This is what I want you guys more or less to follow. You can choose your own beads. You need to use the cord, which we've provided, and the same number of beads. It's up to you how you do the combination of the beads. After you've done it, I'll make my comments and I'll judge it. Okay? Okay.
I'm excited.
You're free to pick up your beads and you can start.
So Doro, this is a chance for our 5 to really design their very own pieces.
Yeah.
And they have to make the necklaces using the tricky knotting and stringing skills they learnt at the village.
The table's on like a slant, so can I put my beads in like a plastic bag?
It's up to you. Find a way.
Is this the right length?
Yes.
You turn it and then...
Yes. I don't see any knots.
There, look.
No, you're supposed to have like knots in between per component.
I can't get that through.
Find a way.
But despite spending time in the village learning the technical skills, they seem to be in the dark when it comes to their own necklaces.
I want to do this now.
Is there any way that I could get this string through here or no?
No, you're not supposed to put that inside, look.
Do I tie this on first?
How about you? What's going on?
Pretty bad.
Really? Looks good to me. You have the knots. I like the knots, yeah.
It's just me actually threading this through, which is the problem.
It looks like he's just starting.
I'm starting for the 3rd time. Oh, I keep getting knots in the wrong places.
Eventually they get into the swing of it, inspired by the people they've met.
If the village people saw me now, they'd be impressed.
I'm doing well.
Wow, quite fast here.
And not only did I learn about their life, I learned lots of techniques about like knots and ways to put beads on and stuff.
Okay, guys, can you show me what you've done so far? For a skilled worker, to do this, it takes about like 5 minutes. And you've been here for almost an hour, and But anyway, it's okay. Just gonna have your necklace, please.
Wow.
Thank you.
Let's make a move, guys. Up to the boardroom. It's crunch time. Is any of their work up to scratch?
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Have a seat. I'm very pleased with what you've done. Now you know already it's not easy to make a necklace, no? Okay, so for this tree, I think you chose the components randomly. So Nia hasn't exactly like finished. You were just like picking components randomly and putting them together, and there's no exact pattern. And these two necklaces have symmetry. I think the one you made is very close to the one I gave you as a sample. And Millie, I like your inspiration, and I like the idea that you didn't exactly like follow this one. So I'm going to choose a necklace who I feel was very creative in a very innocent way. So I've chosen Nia's work.
Nia! What? Are you sure?
Yes.
You're the winner.
Yeah. No, because you were very innocent on what you were doing.
I'm sure.
Because you were not guided by a pattern.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Are you shocked?
Yes, very.
It comes from the heart, I would say. If I were like to choose among you 5 who I can hire to work with, well, I'll probably hire the 3 girls.
This is the 3rd time Nia has been given wages, and Millie and Emma are on paid packet number 2. Girls, another win. So, we're going to give you some money. What you would have got in wages. Emma?
Yeah, I want to give, like, after seeing all the people last night, I don't really need this, they do. So I want to give it to, like, Chris and stuff like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to give mine wage to people like Chris.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm touched.
And you've been given wages a couple of times before, so you've got a little stash on the go now.
Yeah.
Any thoughts where that money's going to go? Because it will have totaled up a bit now.
By the end of this whole experience, I'm probably going to give most of it to the place that I really have, like, loads of emotion and feelings for, and like where I got most of my inspiration from. So.
And where's that place?
Chris's family, mainly.
The girls end their time in Cebu by sending their own jewellery wages back to Chris and Jinky and their families in the village. Next time, the kids have to work in a high-tech electronics factory.
We don't allow cosmetics inside production.
I spent ages putting it on.
They go back to school and find out what can happen when you can't get a job.
It must be heartbreaking as a mother.